soccer fans, and welcome to One Field for tonight's match between Phoenix Rising FC and your FC Tulsa. Reminder that tonight's program contains bright flashing lights and loud noises. Tonight's program may potentially trigger seizures for people with photosensitive epilepsy. See Usher and FC Tulsa staff. Tonight's Oklahoma Central Credit Union walkout buggies are represented by Starlight FC. Tonight's ball managers are represented by Aspire Football. Tonight's center referee is Caleb Brabison. The assistant referees are Ricardo Ocampo and Eric Atlas. And the fourth official is Alex Field. And now here is the starting lineup for the visiting Phoenix Rising FC. Goalkeeper is number 14, Chijuru Ogunze. Defender number 5, Rafael Chivas. Defender number 6, Alexander Vukovic. Defender number 24, Adrian Pevalle. Midfielder number 4, Colin Smith. Midfielder number 8, Diego Gomez. Midfielder number 13, Jean Eric.
Hello and welcome to Green Country, in the heart of God's country, on the banks of the Arkansas River and at the gate of Greenwood, Black Wall Street, here at One Oak Field, Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm Chaz Carroll with my broadcast partner for the evening, Anna Bergall, former professional soccer player. Anna, the last time that we were here, we were watching the 2025 Western Conference semifinals against these Phoenix Rising. What a game. A lot to be excited for tonight.
Definitely. I mean, both of these teams have played each other a lot. They played each other 4 times last year, so they know what to expect, but you can always expect goals from these teams. Last time out, there was a late game winner from FC Tulsa, but FC Tulsa has really gotten into a rhythm from a goal-scoring perspective.
That's exactly right, including last game when they scored 3 for the win against Las Vegas. Let's go take a look at those highlights. Yeah,
FC Tulsa midweek in the U.S. Open Cup really opened up the scoring. They had a slow start to the season from a scoring perspective, but in this game, the floodgates really opened, and you could start to really see their confidence. Lucas Stoffer on the wings, excellent delivery here, and El Medkar, who is a key part of the offense for FC Tulsa last week, able to open up the scoring against Las Vegas Lights, and this atmosphere continued. The fans stuck with it, and here you can see how dangerous FC Tulsa can be on the wings. As we mentioned, Owen Dom up and down defensive, but from an offensive standpoint, great delivery here. Remy Cabral on the end of this one, his 100th USL Championship appearance, and a goal to go with it. And this game was back and forth. There was a lot of action, but FC Tulsa stayed with it. And when they're able to exploit spaces like this so quickly, this is where they find success. The creativity from Dylan Pierre and the composure from Owen Dom for the game-winning goal. FC Tulsa walked away with the 3 points and the momentum heading into tonight.
That's right. FC Tulsa is going to want to continue that momentum for sure. They found their scoring form. We are going to get into the lineups when we come come back after this short break and the first half call. Don't go anywhere.
You can feel it. In steady hands, in quiet rooms, in every "you're going to be okay." A beat shaped by 100 years of showing up in heart, brain, and trauma care. A place where advanced medicine meets the human heart. Because care isn't just a calling here. It's a promise we've kept for generations. Then, now, always. Ascension St. John.
Drive your career forward at the all-new Bill Knight Ford Pro Elite Commercial Sales and Service Center in Tulsa. Apply today.
Oklahoma Career Tech. It's where confidence is built.
It's more than just practice. It's developing the skills to build a successful future.
We're doing work that matters.
To more than just us.
So, when a family needs me,
When my community needs me.
When Oklahoma needs me,
I'll be ready.
What does it take to safely transport 1/3 of America's natural gas? To meet the ever-growing energy demands of revolutionary technologies? To cleanly, reliably, and affordably power the world? It takes experience. 117 years worth. Experience that helps society move towards brave new horizons in technology and innovation that continues powering the future of our nation and the globe. Experience powers us.
Today's match is brought to you by Tulsa Spine and Rehab, a team of specialists in one place delivering lasting pain relief. Ascension St. John. Ascension St. John is Tulsa's first Level 1 trauma center, the highest designation a hospital can receive for trauma care. So no matter what, no matter when, we're ready. Visit ascension.org/St. John. And Williams. We make clean energy happen. Welcome back to Tulsa, Oklahoma. We're going to get right into our lineups for tonight, starting with the home team.
FC Tulsa coming off of a compelling win last week out 3-2 against Las Vegas Lights. El Medcar up top with the goal last week. Weber has been really dangerous so far this season, but Owen Dom has had an unbelievable performance so far this season for FC Tulsa, man of the match twice. So look out for him up and down the wings and the delivery. It'll be a good matchup against Phoenix Rising FC.
And for Phoenix Rising, the visitors into Tulsa tonight.
And Phoenix Rising FC coming off of a great tie. They were down in the 85th minute to Oakland Roots and able to come back and score 2 goals. Gomez is a big part of that. He's that connector in the midfield. Odunze also has had save of the week 2 weeks in a row, so he's in great form. So Palma Ducas' team is really trying to search for that first home win as they've been unbeaten in their last 3.
This is a game to watch in the USL tonight. There is a lot going on here, Anna. I think probably the biggest straightaway storyline, at least from a Phoenix perspective, is that this is the field where their 2025 season came to a close in the Western Conference semifinals. A 1-0 victory for Tulsa, and it was an absolute thriller. The Dogs are excited for it. Everybody's excited for it. Look at it. You're going to have to keep me on a leash to keep me up here. Anna, I mean, just good energy in the park tonight.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you mentioned this was a game last time out that is etched in both of these teams' memories for different reasons. Phoenix Rising FC, they want to come back and they want to have revenge, seek revenge. They're in good form now. They're on the road for the first time in this USL Championship season after being home for a few weeks. And so this is an opportunity for them to really set the tone for their season and get on a good trajectory. And then from an FC Tulsa perspective, obviously some great memories. The late winner with Stefan Lukic really propelled their season going forward.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And now the customary for this season, 1 minute stoppage of play that both teams have agreed to. That is in acknowledgement of the ongoing collective bargaining agreements going on between the league and the USL Players Association. They will begin after 1 minute at the beginning of both halves.
Some time for the dogs to settle in, get comfortable.
They're going to need it. I'm going to need some time to settle in. I mean, this is really an exciting one. I think for anybody who followed FC Tulsa, or, man, just caught on at the playoffs last year, how could you not be captivated by the late winner after late winner by FC Tulsa, and none more dramatic than against Phoenix Rising?
And, I mean, to your point, Phoenix Rising, they are a stalwart club. I mean, they have history of winning, and that's something that they want to get back to. And obviously coming off of the loss, ending their season last year, but they know what they're capable of, and this will be a good game for sure.
And we are underway. Quick ball put in, as well as a tackle stuck in. And a quick foul call made, probably justifiably. But here we go, free kick for Tulsa in goal tonight. Bit of a surprise for some folks that you won't see Alex Tembakis, the Greek who's been a stalwart starter, but instead, back there we've got Dane Jacquemin. Tulsa's going to try and get some control here early. Ian chases this ball down. Jamie, tiki-taka from the scissor tails, and then Sparks dispossessed. But Sparks recovers, sends it back up. Weber shields and is fouled in the process. Jamie Weber, one of those guys that we're going to look for, Anna, to really take control of that midfield. We're not a high possession team thus far this year, is FC Tulsa, but Weber's the kind of guy who can take that control.
He is, and last season out, he really continued to develop and get better and better as the season went on, and so you'll look for that to continue into this season as well. He had a great goal midweek in the US Open Cup.
Yeah, he did.
So he'll look to build on that.
It'll be goal kick upcoming for Rising. FC Tulsa fans still trickling in through the gates. It's turned into a beautiful night for some soccer here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The weather has been absolutely chaotic. It was in the 90s earlier in the week. It was in the 30s this morning, but it has settled into a nice low 60s. Not too much wind. So Anna, as the teams are kind of getting into the flow of this first half, we're underway. What are going to be some important keys to the game for either side?
Yeah, I mean, Luke Spencer coming into this game wants to make sure that this FC Tulsa team keeps the intensity high and keeps the pressure starting from the top all the way through the back, wanting to manage the counterattacks. Phoenix Rising FC can be really dangerous going forward. They've proven that, have the ability to score goals. And then obviously they've been able to be successful on set pieces, but in those moments want to take advantage.
All right. Thanks, Anna. And those are your Case & Associates keys to the game. It's FC Tulsa in the attacking third and have won a throw-in deep in Phoenix territory. Harvey Sinclair was headed that direction. Looks like it'll be Jamie Weber instead. We'll see if they go for a long throw-in. This was a tactic they employed many times, but instead they're just going to dump it off. Bruno Lapa in the starting lineup tonight for the Scissor Tails. He clips it, looking for Lamar Batista high up the pitch. It's cut off, and here come Phoenix. Tripped, fouled. Owen Dom got a piece, and it's a quick yellow. The Scissor Tails can contest all they want, but that's a quick yellow, maybe easy to give, as Phoenix was on the move.
Yeah, in transition quickly, FC Tulsa trying to revert back, but Owen Dom just catches the heels, stopping a promising attack. Referee makes the easy call there, and this is an opportunity for Phoenix Rising early in this game. Set a good ball in the box, force FC Tulsa's defense to stay organized, stay strong, but Phoenix Rising FC, if they can get on the board first, would really change the dynamic of this game here.
That's right. Charlie Dennis standing over the free kick. Dennis will be at the center of a lot of action tonight for Rising. Tulsa holding a high line right on the edge of the box. And into the wall. Dennis's free kick deflected off. And here comes Tulsa. Could be on the counterattack. Weber finds Sparks. Sparks leaves it for Lapa. Lapa looking, finds Sparks. And he tried to cut it back. And it is smartly cleared away by Phoenix. First bit of excitement from the Scissor Tails.
And coming into this game, Phoenix Rising FC knew they would have to manage those quick counters. FC Tulsa doesn't typically hold a lot of possession, where that's the way that Phoenix likes to play. So well done there, getting back quickly, slowing that play.
We're going to be looking at a long throw from Owen Dom after Ian is cautioned. One of Tulsa's more physical and more physically imposing players. He's going to try and cause some disruption in the box. And Dom just decides to go short. Lapa over to Weber. And there was a foul in the box. Ref didn't like it. Free kick for Phoenix. Scissor Tails send it forward, and it is out for a Phoenix throw. As you're looking at the lineup tonight, you might notice a couple typical starters not able to be trotted out, especially in that defensive center. Typical captain Abdoulaye Sissoko out with injury tonight. But also missing from that central holding midfield spot is Delence Pierre. Delence is out on international duty, called up to the Haitian national team in their World Cup preparation friendlies up in Toronto. They're playing tonight. Was able to speak with Delence before the game. He wishes the team his best. And he's excited for this opportunity. He said camp's gone well. He expects some play time. So a Delence debut in the offing.
Yeah, great opportunity. Obviously, the international experience that these players can get and bring back to the club and just continue to elevate the level. Always a great opportunity.
Another long throw potentially for FC Tulsa. Batista goes down in the box. Referee goes over to investigate. So let's see what happens here. Lamar kind of getting shoved, gives a little shove back. It's a gentle embrace from the Phoenix defense. knocked him off balance. Well handled by the ref. Don't need to overreact to that. And that's going to be a foul on Phoenix. Going back, free kick for FC Tulsa called on Darius Johnson. Got a hold of Harvey Sinclair in his pursuit of the ball.
Get another look
you
here.
See Harvey taking a break and a whole lot of jersey for Mr. Johnson. Ref spotted it. Easy call to send the other way. Like to give a thanks to Tinker Federal Credit Union. Tinker Federal Credit Union has a checking account for everyone. From high yield checking to everyday spending, TFCU has an account that works for you. Visit a TFCU brand or online at tinkerfcu.org to become a member with one of the nation's leading not-for-profit credit unions. Medcar with his first attempt got deflected and corralled by Phoenix goalkeeper Patrick Rakowski.
Morsu fortunate there, lackadaisical pass, great awareness from a Medcar to jump on it, just not able to get that one on target the way he wants to, but
picked his head up after he gathered, saw his window of opportunity closing, took the shot on, defender made the play. Would love to see your center forward being aggressive with those opportunities. Well, Medcar looking for his second goal of the season after scoring last time out against Las Vegas Lights. Got a throw in for Phoenix. They'll be looking for a long throw of their own. Alexander Vukovic tosses it in the box, headed away by Jamie Weber. But it's corralled, shot on, saved! Dane Jackman! They call him Great Dane, and that's why. Stays ready, takes up a lot of goal.
And from distance, off of the long throw, FC Tulsa initially clears it away, but Morsu generates a lot of power, forcing Jackman to make the save there, up and over.
Leads to this corner. I told you Dennis would be on these set pieces. He puts in an outswinger, looking for a Phoenix noggin. Doesn't find one. It's cleared away. Dennis back on the ball to recover. Phoenix to reset. There's a little more contact in the box. Ref did not deem it worthy of addressing. Now here comes Phoenix. A switch and play to the back post. And there's the contact initiated by number 22, Darius Johnson, at the back post. Just gave a little friendly shove to the defender. Just trying to create some space for himself, but it was too much. Took the defender down. Got to respect in that moment, Anna, as he goes for the overhead kick.
I mean, hey, the creativity sometimes creates spectacular goals. But Phoenix Rising FC kind of settling into this game. He's going to look at head coach Luke Spencer for FC Tulsa, his second season at the helm.
Ball flicked on. Looks like Dom wanted Jackman to come out and take that. It's deflected. He's having to deal with it. Just clears it away, hoofs it downfield. You got a keeper in there, just making his second start of the season in Jackman. His first league start. His other was in the US Open Cup against Little Rock. Midweek game last week.
So we get a look at Phoenix Rising FC head coach Pa Moduka, former MLS defender, brings a ton of experience and has been with the club for a few years now and a part of some really successful seasons. Was here last year on the loss against FC Tulsa at the end of their season, so he's put together a good team, trying to build on their success. Coming off of, I think we alluded to it earlier, but the tie against Open Roots in the 85th minute, it was 2-0, and they were able to claw their way back with the tie. and really walk away from that game feeling good after what looked like they weren't going to get any points.
It was almost too poetic for a team named the Phoenix Rising to make such a comeback. Rising from the ashes to snatch a point from what was the hottest team in the West, Oakland Roots. Scoring well, they were winning games. And that draw, the first blemish, if you can call a draw that, first blemish on their record of the season. And this Katrina Freshmack's corner taken quickly and short by Weber. Weber's going to whip a ball in. He's found a man. It's Medkar. And it is gathered by Rakovsky. Creative play by FC Tulsa. Trying to find El Medkar at the front post. He cut in, wasn't able to quite corral it for a touch in which he could get a shot off there. But FC Tulsa back on the ball. Well defended by Phoenix. FC Tulsa, patient at the back, just waiting for their moment to send it up line, finding Owen Dom high up the pitch. Looking around, finds a ball in. It's laid off for Weber. Weber takes it on, and it is just wide of the goal. El Medkar came flying in, sliding in, could not quite get a piece of it. Any touch there, and that ball's in the back of the net.
Get another quick look here. FC Tulsa building from left to right. Owen Dom initially with the great ball in. Sparks lays it off. So you can see just the confidence and the creativity FC Tulsa is trying to execute there. Anything good happens when you play a ball with pace across the goal in that way, but just unable to get that final touch on it.
Defense almost lulling Phoenix to sleep, passing it with patience around the back, and then all of a sudden send it up the flank on a great ball to Dom, who puts it in a dangerous spot. Weber across the face of goal. Both teams pretty up and down in this game. Both have had opportunities. Both have threatened the other team's goal. Both keepers been involved. Ian out wide to Harvey Sinclair. Sinclair to Weber. Weber back into the middle, back to Sinclair. It's Ian directing. Over to Batista. Playing a little wider than he's used to. Usually more of a center back. But he is not afraid to handle, not afraid to pass, not afraid to get forward. Got a goal in that game against Little Rock, his first of the season. Off a set piece. Jackman directing, finds St. Clair. St. Clair, big ball, sees a run by El Medkar. He'll try to corral it. Heads it on, he's fouled in the process. Might have taken a knock to the head. Foul is called. Some of the FC Tulsa faithful want to see a yellow card. They don't appear to get it.
Get another look here. That ball up over the top. El Medkar trying to pop that one back in, but the pressure from Pelayo just a little bit too strong there.
Dangerous position for this free kick from FC Tulsa. Pair of scissor tails standing over it. It's Lapa and Weber. We'll see if they swing it in straight away or if one leaves it off for the other. Lapa backs off. Weber to take it. Sends it in low, near post. It's at the middle. And sent away. FC Tulsa corrals. Ian out on the left wing. Finds Dom, who's dropped back. Ball sent in. Finds the head of Medkar. Save made, but it looks like there's a foul called on the play. Batista mixed up again. He thinks he was the one fouled. But it'll be a free kick for Phoenix.
We've seen a few instances like this so far in the first half. Both teams just really kind of trying to establish themselves, set the tone from a physicality standpoint. Looks like the referee will have a quick word. We'll get another look at some of the kind of altercations a little bit in the box.
You're looking at the right side of your screen there. I mean, a lot of contact. Got to call that one way or the other. Phoenix ball, they're content just to hoof it long, try to head it on. That's how they got that first good opportunity, and here they go again. Dom caught in possession, shot on. Jacobin saves, parries it away. Ian in pursuit. Johnson still on the ball, and he fouls Ian. That's the third foul Johnson's been called for early. And the ref tells him to settle down. He said, I warned you already.
Again, Owen Dom, who's been so clinical, a bit lackadaisical there, and Johnson takes advantage with pace, but needs that on either side of Jacobin, as he's able to make the easy save there on the front post.
Stayed sturdy, stayed ready, made sure to push it to an area that was safe, not back to the middle. It'll be Jacobin to send it long. Weber on the ball. Has to play it back. Good pressure from Rising. Harvey looking for Sparks. Sparks back around. Ball put over the top for a runner that never was. It'll be goal kick for Phoenix. I'd like to thank Ascension St. John. Ascension St. John is proud to care for our community on and off the field. Trusted for 100 years. We're here for every goal, every game, every step of the way. Visit us at ascension.org/St. John. Meanwhile, FC Tulsa applying a lot of pressure high up the field. Wins a throw. Lapa on the ball, looking around, sends it to Dom. Either one of those guys could put a good ball in. Dom thinks he was fouled, gets up, and at least wins the throw, but Dom is not happy that he was not given a foul. Dom to Lapa. Now the foul will be called, drawn by Owen Dom. FC Tulsa crowd getting restless.
Yeah, look, that last piece, Owen Dom with the piece of skill, and then just enough contact there. Referee in a good position to make the call, and this was a point of emphasis for FC Tulsa coming into tonight's game. Take advantage of set pieces. They have players with the ability to whip in a good ball, but they'll opt to go short here.
Got a couple of tall guys, physical guys that are down in that box. Lamar Batista in there, fighting again. And the ball is in the net. Offsides, the call. Negates the goal. Flag goes up. And hearts are broken down, Anna.
Happened so quick. We'll get another look here at the replay. But a dangerous ball in from Dom. Great ball back into the box, but you see it might just be a step. El Medcar in behind the defense. Reminder, when that ball is played, the offensive player has to be in line with a defender or in front. You cannot be behind. Assistant referee in a good position to make the call.
Yeah. Seemed like Medcar was in between a couple runs there. It seemed like he was trying to get in position, but the way the deflection fell, you got to at least hit it. Tulsa back on the attack. That's Summerall to St. Clair. St. Clair looking for the runner in Jamie Weber. Weber screening, fighting for position. Physical battle, but clean. Weber down in the corner. And it rolls out for a throw-in. Weber works what could be a long throw opportunity, but he elects just to go short to Sparks. But Weber puts the ball in near post. Weber again on the wing. Makes a cut. Physical. The ref says it was shoulder to shoulder. No foul. Both the head ref and the assistant in good position to see it. Neither of them saw a need for a call. Result, Phoenix Rising throw.
Phoenix Rising FC well defended this last sequence from FC Tulsa. We've seen how dangerous they can be on the wings, and even with the delivery whipped in, it's a quick clearance. Phoenix Rising FC defenders have done well staying close, really limiting those clear opportunities they try to build out of the back here.
FC Tulsa asking a lot of questions, putting in a lot of decent balls, but Phoenix Rising there to just make it uncomfortable.
And they're comfortable with possession as they're trying to kind of regain some of that rhythm here now, but defensively they've held strong, they've been consistent. It's been kind of chippy at times, but made it difficult for FC Tulsa to find kind of those clear-cut chances.
Phoenix working the ball around, but it's eventually cut out. And Jamie Weber dispossessed. Tulsa known for being one of the more high-pressing, physical teams, but Phoenix seems up to match that tonight.
They have. They've absorbed some of that initial pressure that FC Tulsa likes to do with the high press, but I mean, Phoenix Rising FC in their own right, we've seen great spells of possession. We mentioned the defensive, but they'll have to be sharp here.
Here comes Weber. Ball to El Medcar at the top. Takes a cut in, takes a chance at it. It's deflected wide for a Katrina Freshmex FC Tulsa corner kick. We'll take a look.
Again, FC Tulsa working from the out in. Weber finds El Medcar at the top, but again, Phoenix Rising FC defenders putting their bodies on the line early in this game. Any type of deflection to not allow that clear opportunity on frame. There have been a few instances like that tonight. They've defended really well.
Weber set to take it. El Medcar in the box. Sparks running near post. He was looking for Sparks, but again, well defended by Phoenix. Pushed upfield to Johnson. Johnson with St. Clair on him. Johnson gets around him. Making a run up the line. FC Tulsa in recovery mode. Ball into the box. Cleared away. But here come Rising again. Ball to the back post this time. Dom gets a piece of it. Heads it away from Dennis. Charlie Dennis making a run at the back post. Dom just rising up to put it away. And it looks like Rising is setting up for a long throw in here. A lot of bodies coming into the box. But Dom did well.
Yeah, Dom did well to clear it away, but important on these types of throws. It's not necessarily that first ball, but the second one. Where does the bounce go? Can you step in front of your defender quick enough?
Long throw comes in to the near post. It's Dom again on it. Rising try to recover and can't make the clinical touch. It rolls into touch. Goal kick. FC Tulsa. I'd like to thank Williams from 32,000 miles of infrastructure today to to the energy innovations of tomorrow, connecting people to power and communities to their future. Williams, we make clean energy happen. Jackman sends everyone upfield. Over to the left. Was looking for Lapa. Didn't win the header, and here comes Phoenix. On the break, it's Dennis leading the way. Cross in only goes as far as Lamar Batista. Rising, setting up for another long throw. In a pocket of sideline where they can take a couple extra steps. It's Alexander Vukovic. A lot of contact in the box. And a yellow card assessed. First yellow card assessed to Phoenix. I believe it was to Gunnar Studenhoff. That's at least who's having to be restrained. Ian is down in the box following the contact.
Get another look here at what transpired in the box. There's definitely some shoving, but you see that right there.
He stomped on Ian's foot. And that is a Lacourse Law yellow card. Again, given a Studenhoff. Keep an eye on those two. Ian once again marking Gunnar. Throws in a little bit farther this time, gets flicked onto the back post, blocked away. Harvey Sinclair gets in. Ball cleared upfield. They have to play it all the way back to Rakowski. Chaotic sequence there, Anna.
Yeah, I mean, emotions running high. Obviously, both of these teams have high expectations for themselves, but sometimes can let it get to the better of them. We've seen some chippy moments at times, and referee in a good position to try to calm things down here.
Dom looking to calm things down himself. Back to Batista. Some triangle passing. Straight out of the training ground for FC Tulsa, keeping possession. Fans, the USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazon Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Free kick here for FC Tulsa. Batista over it. Elects to play it back to Ian. Ian surveys. Never shy to put a ball long if there's a runner. He had picked out El Medkar, but El Medkar is called offsides. It was corralled by Rakowski regardless. And Phoenix wins a header right on the cusp of the attacking third. To Charlie Dennis. Working around, gets a ball in. Again, only as far as Lamar Batista. El Medkar finding it, surrounded by Rising. But he's able to pick out Weber. Weber on the wing. He'll hold up play a little bit, wait for support. Sparks arrives. St. Clair arrives. Passes it around. And they'll try the left side of the pitch. A lot of this play run through Ian at center back. Brazilian acquired late in the year last season. You never know when FC Tulsa and GM Caleb Sewell will find a gem somewhere. Ian highly impactful down the stretch and in the playoffs. Cross comes in and too close to Rakowski. FC Tulsa industrious on this press. Wants to force these long balls. Correction, we had some misinformation here in the booth. The keeper for Phoenix is Odunze. So apologies to Odunze's friends and family who've been furious with me, calling him Rakowski all night. Back to Odunze. He'll send it into the Tulsa night sky, much to the chagrin of the crowd. Throw in for St. Clair. Plays it to Sparks. Sparks back to St. Clair. Fancy footwork to maintain possession. St. Clair had been hoping for a runner on that ball. Found no such runner. Only found Odunze. So here come Rising. Working it quickly out of the back. Want to send it up the wing. Harvey Sinclair there to gather. Waves off Schachman.
FC Tulsa pretty calm here in the back with possession. Typically they're comfortable not having the lion's share of possession, and so far in this first half they've controlled about 65% or so of possession here, and Phoenix Rising FC trying to kind of get themselves back into a rhythm. They're comfortable when they have the majority of the ball higher up the field, trying to create opportunities, and this FC Tulsa team has made it difficult for them to find those moments.
There's Omedkar across to Sparks. Sparks looks across the face of the goal but could not connect with a cutting Lapa. Bruno Lapa making an excellent run right at about the spot. Just rolled through. Yeah, and FC Tulsa last game going into halftime, their halftime possession was 36% against Las Vegas to Las Vegas' 64. And they still ended the game only at 35%.
And that was pretty in line with how they performed last season too, but their style of play, they were just very kind of intentional with their approach and quick to go back to front. Phoenix Rising FC so far this season has shown that they are typically more possession oriented, but haven't been able to really find that so far in this game.
That's part of the joy of the beginning of the year. You think you know a team, you think you see a pattern, and they just decide to change. Batista in pursuit. Tries to save it, doesn't quite get there. Got to appreciate the hustle from the first-time captain. He's had himself a game already, a couple important clearances. Fighting for set pieces on the offensive side, so congratulations to Lamar Batista for his first run out with the captain's armband. It's going to be a long throw for Phoenix. Alexander Vukovic seems to be their specialist for it. He tosses it in. More into the middle this time. Only finds an FC Tulsa head taken on the volley and sprayed wide. I think the Scissor Tails will be content with that shot selection most of the night.
Yeah, if they can keep Phoenix Rising FC with most of their chances outside of the 18-yard box, and that's really how it's been. But we mentioned the possession standpoint for Phoenix, but they have had 2 shots on goal. FC Tulsa still hasn't had one on frame. They've definitely been in and around the 18, causing issues. But Pa Moduka's defense has held strong and hasn't allowed a shot on goal so far in this first half.
Thus far, they are bend without breaking. Foul called in favor of Phoenix. They'll be setting up shop just inside of FC Tulsa's defensive half. Take a look at that foul.
And again, it's just been pretty physical between the 2 teams, but both, I think, going for the ball there, but just caught a bit late.
Yeah, you see Lapa get in and get to the ball, but he leaves his leg in to draw the contact. Pressure up the field. Johnson gathers it well, plays it off of St. Clair. Johnson has been working that Phoenix left wing. Big ball up the field once again, looking for El Medkar, who's working hard. He's making his runs. His defense is trying to send it over the top and reward that effort. Haven't quite gotten one to connect. But again, FC Tulsa threatening. Throw in for Phoenix. Foul on FC Tulsa, and a yellow card given to number 8, Jamie Weber. A LaCourse Law yellow card. And we'll take a look at it. Anna, what do you see?
Again, it's been a physical game, but it's that initial contact, but just I think the frustration showed there from Weber after losing possession. Gets the yellow card, and
Ref didn't like the tight defense from Sparks. Got a little too much of the man there. Dennis Smith's ball over, played creatively from Phoenix. Batista does well to screen and earns the throw in to change of possession. Fans, you can watch the USL on TUDN. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. FC Tulsa with a free kick. Lapa kind of making a half run there, but he was held up well by number 2, Colin Smith. Over there on the right defensive wing for Phoenix. Smith has been active offensively and defensively, doing what you want your wingback to do. And Odunze sends his team upfield. Tangle of bodies, no call. St. Clair eventually possesses, finds Weber. Weber to Sparks. I'd like to thank Tulsa Tech. The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 1 minute of Tulsa Tech stoppage time added in the first half. Just 1 minute. Maybe a little lower than I would have expected after all the conversations that had to be had between ref and player.
Yeah, there were definitely some stoppages throughout the game, but quick conversations and
just diligent work, concise conversations. And Odunze high up the pitch to take this free kick. He sends it all the way into the box where Ian is tossed down. No call. Jacquemin eventually has to come out and gather. Good communication between him and Batista. Jacquemin sends it into the night sky. And that brings us to an end of the first half. The score 0-0 between Phoenix Rising and FC Tulsa in this rematch of the 2025 Western Conference Finals. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
My back was hurting a lot of cricks in my neck.
Lower back completely went out.
And everything hurt all at once.
You need to go to Tulsa Spine and Rehab, see Dr. Riley.
He does an adjustment and I feel great after.
Each patient just gets 110% attention, no matter what they're here for or how long they're here.
When I leave here, I always feel so much better.
I feel stronger than I did before.
I'm happier, I feel better.
The reason that I have to stay well.
Cada decisión importa, especialmente cuando se trata de tu familia y tu futuro.
Los procesos migratorios pueden ser complicados, pero no tienes que enfrentarlos solo. En Rivas y Asociados estamos aquí para orientarte y acompañarte en cada paso del camino, porque tus sueños merecen atención y cuidado. Rivas y Asociados, empoderando inmigrantes y construyendo futuros. Llama hoy.
For most people, a job is just a job. But for skilled trades professionals, it's something more. It's a way of life. At Tulsa Welding School, we believe in the trades, the skilled trades. And we believe that being a skilled trades professional isn't just a choice. It's a badge of honor that burns bright, strong, and proud. A way of life, a badge of honor.
Welcome back to One Oak Field here in Tulsa, Oklahoma on a beautiful night for soccer in this rematch of the Western Conference semifinals from last year between Phoenix Rising and FC Tulsa. The score is 0-0, and we will be right back with our Williams halftime report.
Match day one, it's the season opener of the USL Championship.
No time like the present for these teams to make a statement and begin the campaign on the right foot.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
Prinks Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
This week on USL All Access, Lexington head coach Mac Hemme joins us to talk about taking over one of the big budget clubs in the championship and his remarkable path from Japan to New Mexico to head coach.
Plus, we've got U.S. Open Cup recaps, stadium news at New Mexico United and Sacramento Republic, and why this weekend Charleston Battery and Detroit City is the must-watch game.
And welcome back to One Oak Field here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where the score is 0-0 between FC Tulsa and Phoenix Rising FC. We're going to take a look at some scores from around the league. Over on ESPN Plus was the Switchbacks versus New Mexico United, a high-scoring affair, 3-2 in favor of New Mexico United. And then also completed is Hartford Athletic.
It is halftime in the USL Championship. We hope you're enjoying your match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines from the week. Youth took center stage for the championship in round one of the US Open Cup. Phoenix Rising put 5 teenagers in the lineup and cruised to a 4-0 win over San Ramon FC. 4 of those 5 teenage players are academy products. And how about 16-year-old Tyson Espy? He scored the winning goal in a 1-0 Orange County victory over Colorado Springs. Espy is one of 5 players in the championship that have played matches for U.S. Youth National Team. Well, not to be outdone, we feature a veteran player, Tampa Bay Rowdies forward Russell Cicerone, who scored his 70th career goal in Week 3 against the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Cicerone enters Week 4 11th all-time in USL Championship goals, and he's making his way up the all-time list in appearances with 234. Upcoming matches to watch in the championship. Saturday, April 4th, Louisville City hosting Charleston Battery. Saturday, April 18th, Charleston back on CBS SN hosting Tampa Bay Rowdies. And then the Prinks Tires USL Cup on April 25th. Hartford Athletic hosts rival Rhode Island on CBS SN. This is the USL Halftime Update. We're getting closer to the second half. Let's send you back to your match.
Drive your career forward at the all-new Bill Knight Ford Pro Elite Commercial Sales and Service Center in Tulsa. Apply today.
Oklahoma Career Tech. It's where confidence is built.
It's more than just practice. It's developing the skills to build a successful future.
We're doing work that matters.
To more than just us.
So, when a family needs me,
When my community needs me.
When Oklahoma needs me,
I'll be ready.
What does it take to safely transport 1/3 of America's natural gas? To meet the ever-growing energy demands of revolutionary technologies? To cleanly, reliably, and affordably power the world? It takes experience. 117 years worth. Experience that helps society move towards brave new horizons in technology and innovation that continues powering the future of our nation and the globe. Experience powers us.
Welcome back to One Oak Field in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where the score is 0-0. We give a special thanks to Williams. We make clean energy happen. And Ascension St. John. Illness and injuries don't wait. Neither do we. Ascension St. John has got you covered. Visit us at ascension.org/St. John. Well, Anna, we will take a look at some of these first half highlights of this 0-0 game. You might look at 0-0 and think it boring. Not so tonight.
No, I mean, opening up, both of these teams came out firing. It's been pretty physical. I mean, wanting to establish themselves early. The last time these two teams played, it was an emotional game. FC Tulsa went on to win the last meeting, but Phoenix Rising FC really put the pressure on FC Tulsa with shots on goal in open play. But FC Tulsa, with the creativity they have in and around the 18, really created a lot of chances, but really didn't do much to challenge the goalkeeper. And Phoenix Rising FC in transition, putting the pressure on Jacquemin, but he held strong in those opportunities and moments. And it's been really, really tight. There have been chippy moments. We get a look here at a tough moment. Ended up in a yellow card, as you see the stomp there from Gunner on Ian. Referee in a good position to make the call. And that's really how this first half has gone. There's been a lot of kind of altercations between the players, just trying to establish themselves and find that rhythm. And both of these teams, Chad's still looking for their first goal here.
And we'll take a look at the stats. No goals, as we've mentioned, but an active game so far. Anna, when you look at this, does any of this surprise you? What really jumps off the page here?
I mean, FC Tulsa typically is comfortable with lower numbers from a possession standpoint. I mean, they have 60% possession compared to Phoenix Rising FC's 40, and Phoenix Rising FC likes to have more of the ball. That's when they find their success. They have had 2 shots on target, so they've been productive to some extent, but those opportunities have come from mostly outside the 18-yard box. So that's something here in the second half they'll want to continue to advance higher on the field, find more kind of sequences of possession, get themselves comfortable. And FC Tulsa, with the possession, they want to get higher on the field, want to really challenge Udinye in goal and put some shots to really find this first goal and break the deadlock here.
And there's not really a way to put a statistic on this, but FC Tulsa had created a lot of opportunities that were just a few inches a foot from really being dangerous plays. But again, credit to Phoenix Rising. They've done the job defensively of bending without breaking and making that final touch that FC Tulsa is so close to, making it uncomfortable.
Yeah, and what doesn't show up here, I mean, the blocks. I mean, Phoenix Rising FC has put their bodies on the line. As we get a look here at the team of the week for week 3, Dominic Cassiato, coach of the week, but a lot of players recognized in and around the league. So congratulations, Owen Dom there gets the nod for FC Tulsa. And we'll continue to watch these players continue to develop and get recognized as the season continues to go on.
Dom with a goal and an assist. Last week, And with FC Tulsa's goals, they have come by committee this season. 7 goals scored across all competitions from 7 different players. And you wondered coming into this season where those goals were going to come from when the news broke that FC Tulsa had completed the transfer of Taylor Calhera to Sporting Kansas City for a club record fee. Anna, when a team sees this kind of transfer, what's the reaction going to be like on the field and as a person?
I mean, obviously, this is what you want to do in the USL Championship as a club. You want to develop players, you want to showcase them, and you want to sell up. You want to give them the opportunity to continue playing at the highest level. Taylor Calhera, 15 league goals last season, top 3 in the USL Championship. FC Tulsa clearly loved having him and just the production that he had, but also the type of person that he was. But you love to see players like that find success, and it's great for the USL Championship as well because these teams just continue to get better and better, developing these players and helping them get to the next level.
It sets a good precedent for Tulsa when other players who are up and coming can see, okay, from FC Tulsa, I can springboard my career to the next level. I can be successful here. I can enjoy my time here while I'm here and then take it to the next level. And so credit to the front office of FC Tulsa for the club record fee, and credit to Taylor Calhera for all the work that he put in with a scissor tail badge on his chest. And it really couldn't happen to a higher quality guy, higher quality player. It is Pups at the Park Night as the official kickoff has begun. As we said at the beginning of the broadcast, the players standing for the first minute of both halves, an acknowledgement of the ongoing CBA collective bargaining agreement talks between the USL Players Association and the United Soccer League. The Dogs are in no hurry. That's a good boy. He's content. Coach Spencer may not be quite so patient. He might be ready to get this game underway and see some of these chances that we have seen both teams get so close to. Maybe the game will open up a little bit as they're capitalized upon, as the fireworks go off. And we truly begin the second half. Owen Dom running up the sideline. Draws the contact from number 2, Colin Smith. Smith and Dom, 2 active players. Dom draws a free kick again in a dangerous area. Bruno Lapa standing over the ball. Jamie Weber in the area as well. FC Tulsa beginning to conglomerate around the penalty spot in the box. Ian is in there closest to the goalkeeper. Batista's waiting back post. Sparks, El Medcar in the box as well. Lapa goes to the top of the box. Weber in swinging cross low. Doesn't quite get all of it, but gathers the rebound. Lapa's got it, and a foul is called. Contact once again in the box. Yellow card assessed to Lamar Batista. I didn't see what happened there, Anna.
I didn't either. It looked like maybe the assistant referee was able to communicate to the center. We'll get another look here at the initial set piece opportunity. Weber, by his own standards, not the way he wants to, but you see at the top of your screen in the background, it looks like there might have been a leg dangling.
A grab, maybe. Perhaps Batista took offense to Alexander Vukovic stepping over him. But he reached out, grabbed his leg, tripped him up. You can't do that. Again, a scrappy game from the off. These two teams neck and neck in the standings. It's a rematch. As far as results go, Phoenix wants revenge. And FC Tulsa wants a repeat of that 2025 Western Conference semifinal thriller, won in the 122nd minute by super sub Stefan Lukic. Be shocked if we don't see him again trotted out against Phoenix tonight. Maybe later to snatch another late goal. Contact, no foul. And cleared up the pitch by Harvey St. Clair. But FC Tulsa can't retain possession. Lapa applies a little pressure on Dennis. Brings up an FC Tulsa throw-in. And we've seen a fairly early collection of yellows and fouls. As a player, how do you keep focus when emotion is a natural part of the game? But how do you keep focus on the playing aspect and keep that piece from truly affecting the game?
I mean, it's
we
really,
see another
yeah,
foul.
It's really important. I mean, you saw another example of it there. I think you kind of look to your leadership as well. Whoever's hot-headed, it kind of bleeds across the entire team as a giveaway here.
Here we go, FC Tulsa on the break. Sent out wide, Weber on his left foot, cuts it in, it sparks! It's in the net! It's in the net! Over the line, and in the net! Goal, FC Tulsa! Deadlock broken! The ball falls kindly to the feet of the young Bailey Sparks. And FC Tulsa is on the board.
Get another look here at the replay. It started from kind of a lackadaisical pass centrally, and FC Tulsa jumps all over it. Weber, the deflection, and then Sparks, right place, right time to kind of help continue to guide that ball into the back of the net. And FC Tulsa opens up the scoring here.
Bailey Sparks letting the sparks fly and igniting this crowd. His first goal as an FC Tulsa player.
And that's an example, too, of how when FC Tulsa has everyone on the same page, the high press, a lot of energy, it can force teams to make errors that they might not typically do. And FC Tulsa able to capitalize on that one there.
Sometimes on those turnovers where you have to think fast, it's easy for a team to get out of sorts, to get head down, to not pick their head up, look for the pass. But FC Tulsa composed, ready for their opportunity, and took it. And that now makes 8 goals scored across all competitions for FC Tulsa and 8 goal scorers. Again, scoring by committee, and here come the Scissortails once again. Cut out and a foul. Hard foul. Once again, Ian the victim. He plays a physical game. He puts himself in those positions. Even as a center half, not afraid to make a run. Not afraid to take somebody on off the dribble. It's Harvey St. Clair. Dishes it backward to Ian. Ian directing traffic. Asking for movement, asking for runs. Sends it to St. Clair. St. Clair to Weber. Weber off Johnson. And Coach Spencer with a helpful touch on the sideline. St. Clair has the ability to put a long throw in. See how far he wants to take this one. Sends it well up the side to Weber. Weber screening, gets across in. Nobody home. Phoenix clears it away. Well controlled over there on the sideline. Tough ball to handle. But there are the rising. And Johnson draws the foul. Found himself in a flock of Scissortails. Hard to say who ended up getting that foot in. He's slow to get up, but does.
Johnson's had a great game for Phoenix Rising FC. We'll get another look at the replay. Initially had that great kind of one-touch ball back to keep this in play and the momentum going forward, but then on the end of a tough challenge there.
Phoenix once again content to play it back to their goalkeeper. It's creating some problems. It's maintained. Some shouts for a handball from the crowd. Given away. Jamie Weber here on the break. Makes one move. He's fouled. Right at the top of the box on the edge of the D. Yellow card assessed. And it's a quick start from Tulsa. A shot into the net, but the ref waves it off. He had not given consent for a restart. Sparks almost netted a brace. In a series of about 5 minutes. But fair play to the ref when a yellow card's assessed. There is a longer stoppage. It's not a quick free kick, typically allowed to be taken. He's got to make his notes, got to put it in the pocket. Take another look at that yellow card.
Great step in initially from Weber. Again, FC Tulsa on the press, and Shihus there. Reckless challenge at the top of the D. Warrants a yellow card, and a great chance here for FC Tulsa. Just off center.
It's Lapa, just outside the box. He'll take it on, finds the wall only. He'll have wanted to do a little bit more with a free kick from that position. Didn't quite get under the ball enough to get it over the wall. FC Tulsa still on the ball. Big switch over to Owen Tom, who makes a great run and a great first touch. He crosses it, back post. Nobody home just yet. FC Tulsa called for the foul. The heart of the supporter section behind the goal, less than pleased with the foul called on Sparks. But we'll take another look.
Owen Dom again, great first touch. Plays a good ball in, and you see Sparks on the back, maybe the slightest of touches, but you can understand the reaction from behind the goal there.
Might have gotten the feet tangled. But here's Phoenix rising. Back in a dangerous position until it's cleared to safety by St. Clair. Odunze on his preferred left foot. Sends it upfield. Weber retains possession, double teamed, skirts around, eventually dispossessed. You can always see that creative side of Jamie Weber wanting to shine. And a foul call. Feels like since these teams know that they'll only play 90 minutes tonight, not 122, they are playing non-stop box-to-box football.
It's been a really intense and a high-energy game between these two, and from a Phoenix Rising and FC standpoint, absorbing a flurry of activity from FC Tulsa these last couple of minutes, trying to slow things down, trying to regain possession in the final third.
Some contact out on the wing. Ball eventually gets to Jockman, clears it deep, and a foul called on a Metcalf. Trying to get position. A little bit of pushing and shoving afterward. Between Lapa and Palayo. No harm, no foul. They play on. Smith carries it up. And now it's Phoenix looking to play with a bit of possession. And as I say that, commentators curse. They send it forward. And an offside called on Rising. Going to take another look at that Metcalf foul.
And again, it's just been an emotional game between these two teams. Been pretty chippy at times.
Maybe a little bit of contact to spin him around.
Happened so quick. I wonder if there was a hand mixed in there potentially. Nonetheless, call by the referee.
Especially when a player's already off balance. Taking a jump in the air, making a turn on a hip. Little bit of contact goes a long way. Foul called this time on FC Tulsa.
We'll get another look here at that last kind of replay. Ball in the air, both players looking for the ball, but just a bit strong there.
Yeah, Batista with his momentum going forward. Got a piece of Charlie Dennis. I'd like to take a moment to thank Rivas and Associates. Every decision matters, especially when it comes to your family. Rivas and Associates are here to guide you and support you every step of the way. Rivas and Associates, empowering immigrants and building futures. Another foul called, not far outside of the box. We'll take another look at that foul that took out Khalil El-Medkar. A little bit of contact on the hip and the legs. Enough to put him off. And now FC Tulsa. Great position for an in-swinging cross off the set piece. Again, it's Lapa, it's Weber. Lapa walks away, Weber eyeing his options. Approaches, takes it, back post, and it's headed away. Never made it to the back post. A nice block by Shihus. And it's going to be a Katrina Fresh Mex corner kick. And a Esquina de Katrina. Quickly taken, Lapa on the ball. Finds Weber. Weber looking for options. Tries to get around Smith. Smith wins the ball and possession. Takes it off of Weber, but it took a piece of Weber with it. So it'll be a throw-in for Phoenix. And a quick word from Select. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. And we've got a couple subs coming in for Phoenix. Looking to change things up now that they're down one here in the 62nd. Now what's turned to the 63rd minute. Anna, who's in for Rising.
It's like Carvajal checks in for Studenhoft. And Sacco checks in for Gomez. Sacco forward, kind of more attacking minded. Gomez typically sits in the midfield, so you can see how Phoenix Rising FC trying to maybe go here with a more attacking lineup, try to find that equalizer.
Little confusion at the back, little frustration amongst teammates for Phoenix. And a physical tackle, but a fair one from Phoenix. Not quite the same description you can give to the one put in by Lapa. He's called for the foul. And Odunze comes up. Take the free kick. See what happened on that foul.
I think both players just getting a bit tangled up there, and then Lapa there comes in strong on the back end.
Meanwhile, up the field in the FC Tulsa defensive third, Lamar Batisto wins a throw-in for the Scissor Tails. And will take the throw. Gonna send it long. And out. Not typically his specialty is those long throws. And Phoenix playing it back. Trying to find a bit of possession. Looking to establish some sort of rhythm. Another long ball sent forward. Two Tulsa defenders converge on it. One's Ian. And Harvey St. Clair supporting. But here comes Phoenix. It's Johnson on the ball. Stopped cleverly by Ian. Strong and clean. Weber was looking to put the ball forward. Incidental handball, but a handball nonetheless. Called on Phoenix. FC Tulsa will set up from the scene of the infraction. I'd like to thank Tulsa Welding School. In as few as 7 months, you could be a trained welder, HVAC refrigeration technician, or electrician. Learn more at tws.edu. That's tws.edu. Here comes FC Tulsa causing havoc again in the box. Sparks in the exact same position as the last foul that was called. Called for another foul that he disagrees with. We're going to take another look.
Got a quick look there. Phoenix Rising FC was trying to shield that out, but I think Sparks is trying to come through. It happened so quickly. It looked like kind of a 50-50 battle there, but referee opts to call the foul out the other way for Phoenix.
See the reaction from the fans. The ball called just out of play. Fans from wherever you're joining us from, thanks for joining us. Here on a beautiful night in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Temperature dipping just into the upper 50s. Now, not too much wind. It's 11 in the evening. Ball put in by Phoenix. Quick cross and a corner upcoming for the Rising. Got another Katrina Freshmax corner kick. Taking it, number 12, Charlie Dennis, their set piece specialist. Phoenix is going to be packing the box here. Their best opportunity in quite some time to net a goal. Dennis, the outswinger, to the near post. It cleared away and a foul call. Looks like it's Ian in there once again doing the dirty work. He's paid the price, holding his lower back. Take a look at that clearance and foul.
Given delivery in from Dennis. Ian, strong header, maybe just a nudge there on the back.
Just a little bit of contact, enough to send him to the ground. Like we were saying, wherever you're joining us from, could even be Station 5 Firehouse, just outside of Richmond, Virginia. As I just received a text that we've got a listenership, a viewership from Station 5. Thanks to first responders everywhere, from wherever you're watching. Bit of a coming together at the end of this, and tensions are starting to boil, Anna. More players gathering around where fouls are happening. A lot of chatter, a little bit more pushing.
Yeah, this is the point in the game where it's really important to keep a level head. I mean, the margin of error, very thin. The fouls matter. To see again, a couple of collisions there in a quick sequence.
The foul was called on that first collision, not the subsequent one. It's like he sort of pulled him down.
But again, you don't want to let that frustration kind of get to you or not allow to execute your game plan, and especially from a Phoenix perspective, still searching for that equalizer. Want to find that composure, find that kind of consistent possession again. And FC Tulsa would be content with the lead at this point. Kind of break up play, the stop-go nature. Obviously, they'd love to get a second to extend their lead further. But Phoenix Rising FC having to chase this game a bit now.
And as we come to the final third of the game, what does a player have to do in his or her mind to make that switch of, hey, we're going all out now?
I mean, I think there's a level of you have to have the sense of urgency there, but there's still time, and you want to make sure that in those little moments you're executing, whether it's that little pass, the extra run, because you saw some of the opportunities that led to the FC Tulsa goal was an errant pass. You don't want to give those away. Want to string a few good passes together and just build off of those, and I think that comes from leadership as well.
Dom on the ball. FC Tulsa passing it around. Finds St. Clair making a run from the back. He puts it on his right foot. Spins the ball in. It's a scramble in front of goal. Collected by Phoenix, and eventually an offsides call made.
St. Clair with a rocket here into the box. Shihus, right place, right time. Oh, a near miss from Lapa. But Phoenix Rising FC able to clear that one away.
Bend but don't break for Phoenix Rising. Here comes Lapa looking to gather it. Difficult ball coming in over your shoulder. And a foul called on Tulsa. I'd like to take a moment to thank Bill Knight Ford. Bill Knight Ford Pro Elite is here. From a name you've trusted for almost 2 decades, a commercial sales and service center to serve the hard-working business of our state is opening this March. Visit BillKnightFordProElite.com for details. Meanwhile, Phoenix threatening. Foul called. Looks like Jacquemin to take it. He'll send his teammates forward. Just try to blast this upfield. They want to make it tough for Phoenix Rising to be able to slowly work their way up the field and set up. They said if you're going to do it, you're going to do it the long way. You're going to do it the tough way. You're going to have to outplay us all the way up the field. And a foul again called on FC Tulsa. Rising takes quickly. Passing it around. They're looking for these long balls. They find Smith out on the edge, gets a cross in. Oh, found a teammate. Glanced off the head.
It's a really good ball in. I believe it was Carvajal with the glancing header there. Has to put that one on frame. Really good opportunity for Phoenix. Great buildup. But just not able to put that one on frame.
It was a great ball in by Colin Smith. Worked his way up the sideline. Found a cutting Carvajal. And just could not make that flush contact. It's harder than it looks. Professionals, they make it look easy. They make it look routine. And for many of them, many times it is. but it is not a simple task to get a curling ball at full speed flush across the part of your head that you want. Meanwhile, Phoenix back on the ball, working it through the middle. Sends it out wide to the wing. Smith makes a run. Cross put in and finished. This time for Phoenix Rising. It's a goal. It's Carvajal. Makes up for his missed contact moments before. Comes across on an almost identical play for the goal.
Again, really great work on the wing. Good ball in, and Carvajal kind of rises up with authority and puts that one in the back of the net for Phoenix. And it's a bit like last week. They were down 2-0 coming into the 85th minute against Oakland, able to claw their way back to a tie. Similar here against FC Tulsa, able to find the equalizer with about 15 minutes or so left here in regulation.
Carvajal, the Colombian, rises up over the Brazilian Ian. And here we are back at a deadlock. You know it was never going to be simple for these two teams, but FC Tulsa's in, making a run. Look out, back post. Odunze pounces on it. FC Tulsa wasting no time to create a second threat, but Odunze changes direction quickly. Difficult for a keeper. Did it on the replacement side over the baseball infield. Doubled his difficulty. Let's see how it went down.
It's end to end now in this game. Owen Dom, good little ball across the face of goal. Oncoming runner, and Odunze stays strong there. Great goalkeeping.
It's been that kind of story for FC Tulsa tonight. So close. Can't quite get it. Here's another cross in by Phoenix, cleared away. They're looking dangerous, Anna, on those crosses. FC Tulsa's going to have to adjust and respond.
Yeah, the momentum really shifting now, and you can feel Phoenix Rising FC playing with a bit more confidence going forward, but you can see how quickly in transition you saw right after the goal scored, FC Tulsa streaking down the other end. So this is a pretty wide open game. Both of these teams will want to go for the win.
So here's FC Tulsa, trying to get their rhythm back, get their groove back. But it's turned over. And here comes Phoenix, streaking back up. Cross deflected by Batista, doing work on the wing. It's going to be a throw in to Dennis for Phoenix. Check that. It'll be number 6, Alexander Vukovic, to take this long throw. Phoenix once again loading the box. Last couple of crosses, last couple of chances in the box. Been dangerous for Phoenix. Throw in from Vukovic. Near post, finds a Phoenix head. Put into a dangerous area, but Batista there to send it away. Phoenix wants to put it right back. And here's Weber in possession. Maybe a little ambitious with that pass. Here comes Phoenix. They won the 50-50 ball in the air. Ref says clean tackle, play on. It's out to Weber on the wing. Vukovic on him. Working it around to the middle. Up till Medcar. Cheeky footwork, finds Sparks. Sparks can't get it out from under his feet. FC Tulsa resets. And it falls harmlessly into the mitts of Odunze, who quickly sends it back up. You can tell a real pace that Phoenix is trying to play with. Hasty, not settling for a tie on the road. A trio of FC Tulsa players lined up to sub in as that shot goes well over the bar. Coming into the game for FC Tulsa, fairly attacking minded, we've got Lucas Stauffer, Stefan Lukic, and Remy Cabral all checking in. Lukic and Cabral certainly attack-minded for Luke Spencer.
You can hear the crowd reaction for Lukic. Always comes on and brings kind of that additional spark. Definitely a fan favorite around FC Tulsa parts.
Death, taxes, and Lukic at the end of tight games. Remy Cabral also checking in. He'll find himself usually pretty forward up the pitch. Cabral got his first goal last game. And here he is on the ball. We're seeing the switch. Cabral on his right foot. Low shot, didn't get it all. That could be either the best or worst way to enter into a game for your first touch. We'll take another look.
A good switch from FC Tulsa. Cabral tries to use his right foot there. I think the idea maybe to find that far post, but just the technical piece of it not executed well there.
FC Tulsa coming back the other way, fighting for it. Contact, but no foul. And the ball shepherded out for an FC Tulsa throw-in. Lukic. Back to Lukic. Lukic sends the ball in for Cabral. Headed out, cleared away by the Phoenix defense. Another tangle of bodies in and around the ball. Highly competitive game, Anna. You couldn't tell that it was just the fourth league game. And there we have the Phoenix sub. That was number 20, Luke Biasi, who checked in for Phoenix Rising. Foul called. It's on Ian. And a yellow card given to Harvey St. Clair. Probably said more to the ref than I like your shoes. Replay of that foul and subsequent yellow card. See the foul by Ian. You see Harvey frustrated, yelling, and yellow. Sets up a free kick in a dangerous area here for Phoenix Rising. Can they once again come back? After a second half deficit, they are dangerous between the 80th and 90th minute. It's going to be an in-swinger from the wing, about 10 yards outside of the box. Ref having some words with the fellas in the middle, saying keep your hands to yourself or something like that. And he's going to mark off 10 paces from the set of the ball. Move back the one-man wall of Lucas Stauffer. Checks the contact in the box. And here comes Phoenix. Set piece. Good ball in. Headed away. Over and out from Lamar Batista. But it's going to bring up a Phoenix corner. We'll see that set piece.
Well taken and equally well defended from FC Tulsa to knock that one up over. And again, contact in the box prior to the corner kick being taken. It looks like a yellow card issued. We'll get confirmation who that was. Referee has been busy tonight. We'll get another look here kind of as the corner kick was being set up. Again, the extracurricular in the box has been kind of a theme throughout the evening between these two teams.
Let's see, we think it might have been on 24 Pelayo. Corner kick incoming. Corner kick taken in the corner by Charlie Dennis. In swinger low, and it was cleared away. Big ball put over the top. Jacquemin rises high. Goes up and gets it. And the ref allowing for a free kick. Telling Carvajal to give space and Jacquemin to back it on up. Once again, we'd like to thank Williams. From 32,000 miles of infrastructure today to the energy innovations of tomorrow, connecting people to power and communities to their future. Williams, we make clean energy happen. And Tulsa was in control for a large part of this game. Now the momentum feeling pretty level. What are either of these teams going to have to do to break this?
I mean, Phoenix Rising FC was searching for some type of rhythm. They couldn't find it in the first half. In the second half, they really just needed kind of a spark. They started going a bit more direct, and then once they were able to find that equalizer, you're right, it really has leveled out a bit more. And FC Tulsa has created chances, but it's just finding that shot on frame, kind of executing that final piece. Because Odunze has been busy in this second half, and he's held strong defensively. And it just takes one moment from an offensive standpoint, but also have to be thoughtful about not giving up fouls, being smart defensively.
And FC Tulsa wins a corner kick. Little bit of interplay between Owen Dom, Remy Cabral. Put Colin Smith in a precarious position there at the touchline. It's Bailey Sparks at the near corner. Owen Dom trotting over, giving him a short option. Meanwhile, 4 FC Tulsa players gathered in the box. It's going to go to Dom, then over to Sparks. Sparks puts the ball in, back post. There's Lukic. It's blocked away. Batista in pursuit. And it's taken by Phoenix and Dennis on the run up the left wing. Big crossing ball over the top. It's corralled and then blocked away. Stauffer gets a foot in to thwart Isan Sacco. And it's Sacco down in the corner. Might just be on placement duty. He trots to the box, and it's Dennis. Back for a left-footed ball. This will be an in-swinger. Rising, crashing to the near post. It's headed away. Back behind by Ian. So we'll set it up. We'll do it again. Dennis again. Looking for an in-swinger. You can see they're intentionally crashing that near post. We'll see if they do something similar. And Anna, would you believe it? There's jostling in the box.
bit surprised that there wasn't at this point in the game.
That's fair. Owen Dom doing his best work on the larger Carvajal. And the ref coming in to intervene again. Pulls Carvajal and gives him a yellow. Saw an elbow come up against Dom. He was doing his best to defend. So Carvajal's been cautioned. Corner comes in to the back post. Cleared away once again by Batista. He is a magnet in there. Ball falls to Phoenix. And there's more action in the box. Looked like the ref might have motioned to his head and is waving the trainers on, indicating a head injury for a Phoenix Rising player. It looks like it might be number 24, Adrian Pelayo. Phoenix training staff headed down to attend to Pelayo. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. Your ticket to great seats. But if you can't be there to watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more. All on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. Pelayo still being attended to in the FC Tulsa box as we get the indication that there's 5 minutes of stoppage time. We'll get a replay of what might have happened to Pelayo in that mix.
Again, just a lot of jostling in and around the 18. See number 24 right at the top of the 6. Looks like may have taken just a tough fall and then a potential knee to the head there. That's the head injury that the referee is signaling for a pause to make sure athletic training staff can come out and check on him. Good to see him up walking after that last play.
The referee indicating that he's going to have to take some time on the sideline for that stoppage, which is going to be a brief man advantage for FC Tulsa. We'll see if they can take advantage. See if being temporarily a man down, if Phoenix elects to possess until Pelayo's waved back on. Doesn't look like it. They sent it back into the box. And a foul called. Billboard down. It's going to be a free kick for FC Tulsa as the players stumbled over each other in what would be right center field here at One Oak Field as we share with the Tulsa Drillers. Exciting talk coming from the city and the club about promise for a soccer-specific stadium. Nothing solid on that yet. A foul called on Ian as he was defending Johnson. It's going to be a free kick in the FC Tulsa attacking half.
Johnson slow moving after that last play. He's had a really good game for Phoenix, created a lot of opportunities, had good individual efforts.
He's been involved in a lot of different important plays today. Set piece comes in, still unsettled. Finally, up to Remy Cabral. before it's tackled away well. And then misplayed by Cabral. Ball to Phoenix. Fans, the fourth official, once again, they indicated 5 minutes of stoppage time. There was some stoppage time within that, but that is your official 5 minutes of Tulsa Tech stoppage time for the end of what's been a thrilling game, just as we had hoped and expected from these two teams. There's Johnson again. For Phoenix, ball cleared, but higher than it was cleared far. Cleared again by Harvey, this time with a little more chutzpah. And there's going to be a foul called on Colin Smith for leaving his foot in. FC Tulsa player slow to gather himself. We'll take a look.
And again, just on that second bounce, you see Lake there just catches him. Referee in a good position. Just happens so quick. Jackman will get this one going again for FC Tulsa.
Jackman with a big ball in. Looking for Ian out there, and Ian called for the foul. FC Tulsa fans are not pleased with it. There was contact. Hard to see how egregious, but enough that our head referee did not like it. So a free kick for Phoenix here is sent from one end to the other. Phoenix on the ball, looking to create. Stoppage time winding down. We are now over third by 30 seconds, our original 5 minutes. Here comes Phoenix, cross in. FC Tulsa composed, clearing it, misplayed by Harvey. He's gonna have to do some recovering, and does. Does well to turn his teammate. Here comes FC Tulsa on the counterattack. This might be their one and only chance. Owen Dom going to chase down the ball. Odunze well off his line to time that. Batista corrals it. Stauffer on the wing. Switches play. Big ball way over the top. It's Stefan Lukic. Who else? Crosses it back up. Ball put in. Cleared away. Harvey. Sinclair. Puts it to the far edge, looking for Sparks. Sparks well defended, well marked. It's Stauffer on his left foot. Looking around, it's loose in front of goal, but it's corralled eventually by Rising, who sent it away. Phoenix bending without breaking once again. Whistle called for a late foul. It's on Charlie Dennis. Jackman's gonna come all the way up. No, he'll be waved back by Lucas Stauffer. This may be the second to last or third to last kick of the ball, Anna. Last chance, potentially, in this stoppage time. Stauffer lines it up, puts it back post. Ian goes down and was looking for a foul. It's caught by Odunze, and that's all from One Oak Field in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Final score, Tulsa 1, Phoenix 1. You can judge off of the players' reactions, Anna. Nobody's terribly thrilled with the result of that.
No, I think both teams felt like they could have and should have walked away with the 3 points. They had moments there where they'd go back and say, man, I wish I could have done something different there, but that's just how the game goes. I mean, both teams had their chances. Carvajal, you get a look there at the goal scorer for Phoenix Rising FC, able to come from behind to get the tie, similar to last week out against Oakland Roots. So on the road, Phoenix Rising FC able to come in and get the point. An intense game, high energy, but both teams will have to be content with the point.
And I think at the end of the day, the result is probably fair. It felt like FC Tulsa was in control for a large portion of the game, but those last 20 minutes, there is something about Phoenix Rising that they just thrive in those final 20 minutes, and they really applied the pressure and made it difficult on FC Tulsa. So a 1-1 score, that's the biggest stat, but we've got some more to break down here for you.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned FC Tulsa started the game from a possession standpoint, edging out Phoenix Rising FC, which they typically are more comfortable with less possession, but they had most of it, ending the game edging out Phoenix Rising FC. But to their credit, in the second half, Phoenix Rising FC really started to come into their own, finding more of a rhythm, shots on target, Phoenix Rising owning that statistic. What's not on here is the fouls. It was very physical between the two teams. Obviously the goal by each, but it was pretty even. I mean, I think you're right. I think a tie is fair. Both of these teams with high expectations coming into this game will be disappointed to walk away with just a point.
So these two teams that are neck and neck in the Western Conference standing will stay as such, each only earning a point.
You'll have to be content to walk away with a point, but despite the tie, I mean, there was definitely still a lot of action in this game. We'll get a look here at the post-match game highlights. And Phoenix Rising FC had chances off of the corner, off of set pieces. This was one of the early opportunities on goal for Phoenix Rising FC, forcing the save there. And then Owen Dom for FC Tulsa getting in the mix early, some creativity at the top of the box. And this is just about how the story went for the first half. Close calls, but then the high press from FC Tulsa turned into the turnover. And then Jamie Weber with the initial strike, and Sparks with his first goal in an FC Tulsa jersey gets the first goal for FC Tulsa. But then Phoenix on the other end continued to fight back. Carvajal gets the equalizing header for Phoenix, but neither team were able to break through and find the ultimate game winner. There were some close calls late in this game, but as we mentioned, we'll have to be content with the point as it ends 1-1.
So we will head to break following this 1-1 draw. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with a little bit more of the USL Championship postgame show from Tulsa.
You can feel it in steady hands, in quiet rooms, in every "you're going to be okay." A beat shaped by 100 years of showing up in heart, brain, and trauma care. A place where advanced medicine meets the human heart. Because care isn't just a calling here. It's a promise we've kept for generations. Then, now, always. Ascension St. John.
Cada decisión importa, especialmente cuando se trata de tu familia y tu futuro. Los procesos migratorios pueden ser complicados, pero no tienes que enfrentarlos solo. En Rivas y Asociados estamos aquí para orientarte y acompañarte en cada paso del camino, porque tus sueños merecen atención y cuidado. Rivas y Asociados, empoderando inmigrantes y construyendo futuros. Llama hoy.
Welcome back to One Oak Field here at Tulsa, Oklahoma. Coming right off a 1-1 draw between FC Tulsa and Phoenix Rising FC in a hotly contested game. Let's take a look at what's coming up next, though, for FC Tulsa. We've got a match against San Antonio FC that's midweek as part of the US Open Cup. Head down to San Antonio, and then we are back here at One Oak Field for FC Tulsa on April 11th versus Orange County SC. Then FC Tulsa heads to Oakland, to California, to take on Oakland Roots SC a week later. 1 week later, the Scissortails welcome one Knoxville SC. And then it's off to El Paso Locomotive. Phoenix also with a midweek tie-up with Orange County. They head out to California as part of a 3-game road stint that started here in Tulsa. Now they head to the West Coast, and that'll include next weekend against Sacramento Republic. And then they're back home against New Mexico United in a rivalry game. Then they head back out on the road to Miami and back home versus the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. And we're going to throw it down to Coach Luke Spencer. Waiting down there, Luke, Chaz Carroll here. Coach, what was it about this game that made it tough for either team to pull out the decision one way or the other?
Yeah, I think they're two good teams. The game it turned out to be quite open in the end. They have some dangerous attacking players in transition, so that was a challenge for us. But big picture, I thought for 70 minutes, I thought we were quite good. I thought we put them under pressure. We won the ball in good areas, created some chances, just didn't execute as much as we would like to.
Coach, wrapping up a homestand on the road in your next game, talk about what it's like to be in front of the fans at One Oak Field and what this kind of opening up the season in front of them has meant to the team.
Yeah, I mean, anytime we're playing at home in front of our fans, it's a good thing. I think the energy they bring drives us, and we felt that today, even though we weren't able to come away with 3 points. But it's important, and we do thrive off of it. And so, yeah, we'll look forward to being back home after our Open Cup match on Wednesday.
Coach, thank you for your time. Good luck going forward.
Thank you.
So that's head coach Luke Spencer for FC Tulsa. And I think he said it. You can take a lot of encouragement that for about 70 minutes, what did we say? The last 20, you could tell Phoenix was in control, but for about 70 minutes, FC Tulsa looked the better side.
Yeah, a lot to take away for both of these teams. And I mean, he mentioned it's two quality sides, so you can expect a really tight match, margin of error very thin. I imagine both of these teams will continue to go on and have an excellent season.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of positive things to look ahead. And for FC Tulsa, they started last season slow as well and are coming on. I mean, they have 11 new players on this team. That's almost half the team. They have 13 returners, and there's a lot of time left to be played. For Phoenix, a lot of encouragement, like you saw in that